even if you get past the filters, there is another reality in hiring. It's about who knows you, right? Perhaps not just in hiring, but in life as well. And that's something many job seekers don't realize. And that's that sometimes the best jobs are not posted at all. So I wonder if somebody's been applying to a lot of jobs and are not getting responses. Could they just be looking in the wrong place?
To some extent, yes. There are many different forms you can use to increase your public presence, and one very strong one in the job hiring process is referrals. And how do you get referrals? You can talk to friends, you can build your network. I think building a network is something that everyone should do, especially as they are trying to job hunt. So build your network, join events, talk to people on forums, online, offline, then you will get your referrals. But if you don't try, if you sit at your desk and keep clicking apply, you're doing the same thing over and over again.
Your next best job could actually be right in front of you. It could be actually in your current organization. So ask yourself the question, why am I looking out to change roles? If you are able to, then build that experience and competencies within where you're at today, because you already have an established network within your current organization. Now, of course, if we're looking to go outside and look at other organizations, then networks do matter. As an HR practitioner and HR leader, I'm far more inclined to look at your resume and your profile if it came through a referral, because that was someone who I would have already known and trusted. So really build your network. And you shouldn't think of building a network as just calling up, cold call strangers or entering into those very scary networking sessions with strangers. Actually, again, think of who are closest to you. Who are some of your friends? Who are some ex-alumni? Who are some ex-colleagues? Who are these people who form that concentric circle of influence? And how do you start with them first? They may know roles that might be available. If you start with curiosity, then the person on the other side of that network might be a little bit more open to wanting to help you, to wanting to have that coffee with you. And then that could lead to the next conversation.
That's such a fantastic tip. Jeremiah, if I had zero network, what's your top tips to start?
The first thing you got to do is you got to ask yourself, are you willing to use social media? Now, 80% of the time, people who find job, they land in jobs through network, or should I say, the bottom three parts or the bottom four layers of the entire pyramid. Now, what we traditionally know is using job portals or job board. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they are not useful. They are. Use them. However, it should not be your only way to find a job. The next level is recruitment agencies. There are at least 16,000 recruitment agencies in Singapore, the last time I checked on MOM website. And it is important that you reach out to these recruiters. And guess what? They are all usually hunting on LinkedIn. We call this the era of social hiring. So how do I know you? How are you liked? Where can I find more information about you? And who actually likes what you say? Who endorse you? Who worked with you before? And if you look at the next level, this is where professional organization comes in. Talk about your skills. Be prepared to talk about your CAR. Get ready to talk about your skills. And how do you solve their problems? For those of you, if you are here today for this event, look around you, the booth. There are potential employers here. What are their industry and business problems? Do a quick Google. Do a quick research. In fact, if you have ChatGPT on your phone, do it now. What skills do I have? And pitch and create a story of your skills to their problem.
A lot of reverse engineering to do. If nothing is working, what is something a lot of people don't think about?
They spend a lot of time applying for jobs, looking through job descriptions, but every minute you spend on doing that, you should spend an equivalent minute building your own presence. Having opinions, posting about things. We are a tech company, so a lot of engineers post on Medium. And actually, that's how I got to some of them, because I was looking for a DevOps engineer, but I was looking for a troubleshooting skill. So I found one on Medium. That's how we find people nowadays. And with AI, companies are starting to ask AI, look for 10 people who fit this skill set. So if you don't have a public presence, you will not get onto that list.
If all else fails, always call in a favor from your ex-colleagues, your ex-bosses, your especially friends and whom trust you, who could sponsor, who knows your skills, your reliability, your character. And this is where I would say that you need to be ready to sell yourself as well. Because if you want your friend, your ex-boss, to call in the favor for you, they need something to sell on behalf of you as well. So either way, you have to do your homework. You have to tell your story.
Never underestimate your network because your network is really your net worth. Never underestimate that a former colleague, a friend, an alumni will be able to help steer you in that next direction, but always approach it from a sense of curiosity, understanding what is out there in the industry, understanding what that person is now doing, rather than to ask for a job up front.